It is the most extraordinary of coincidences that what's become known as the Windrush generation scandal erupted at exactly the same time as the Commonwealth Heads of Government conference is underway in London. It piled on the embarrassment for the British government, which has had to explain to these countries' leaders why UK citizens have been sent to places their parents came from 2 generations ago.
Prime Minister!
Having already accepted that the policy was indefensible, the Prime Minister took the opportunity to grovel in her own parliament as well.
These people are British. They are part of us. And for those who have mistakenly received letters challenging them, I want to say apologise to them, and I want to say sorry to anyone who has confusion or anxiety felt as a result of this.
But having already proved it's possible to deport British citizens from Britain, the government is now having to explain to these people, Europeans living in the UK, why the same won't happen to them after Brexit. It's already sent a shiver through European politicians implacably opposed to Brexit, who've called an emergency meeting for the coming days.
Certainly after the Windrush scandal in Britain, we want to be sure that the same is not happening to our European citizens and that there is no bureaucratic nightmare there.
Faced with all this, the Home Office, which organises things like visas and residency permits, is trying to prove it's competent. It wants to create an app to simplify the process for people who should have the right to be here, but who fear they will be unfairly dealt with. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Thanks for your time. The campaign group called the 3 million, the number of European Union citizens in the UK, met a government minister on Tuesday and say they're a bit more hopeful than they were.
We are a bit worried because, you know, things can happen, and we still don't have any clear, we still don't have all the details of how the process is going to be.
But I mean, do you worry if they can make mistakes with British citizens, they can make mistakes with Europeans as well?
Yeah, exactly.
One source at the Home Office told me much of the problems affecting the Windrush generation came down to staff cuts among civil servants. The other question is whether a hard Brexit will distinguish between either skin colour or nationality. Perhaps the most extraordinary thing about all this is that politicians who support the UK's exit from the European Union are fond of saying that Britain would be far better off doing business with the Commonwealth because that's Britain's natural friends. And so, on one level, this does look pretty embarrassing for supporters of Brexit, but it does also raise the question, if this is how the UK treats its friends, then what does it mean for everybody else? Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, at the Home Office in London.